Hey, everybody, hey! Today is the second part of our Prepathon, and we will be focusing on the food saver today. So grab your food saver and your bags and come on back. Okay, so welcome back again. First of all, I want to thank you for being a new subscriber. If this is your first time coming across our channel, I want to welcome you. Also, I want to give a special thanks to my friend Sarah Williams. I call her Mother Williams. She has been gracious enough to feature us on her channel, and I am so appreciative of that. So welcome new subscribers. Today, I want to go over first, what are you going to need for today's project? We're focusing on the food saver. So you need to get your food saver, and then you need to make sure you have your food saver bags, and you may need an extra roll. Also, you're going to need to have your oxygen absorbers, a kit for the suctioning. If your food saver does not come with the suction kit, make sure you grab this. You will need mason jars if you choose to do that part. And you'll need a brown paper bag for the flour. The three items we're going to cover today will be beans, flour, and wheat berries. So we're going to go over beans, flour, wheat berries. Now that is by no means all you can do with your food saver. But that's just to kind of get you going to know, how do I use my food saver? How do I make the most of it? And also we will cover some non-food items and how to make also the most of your food saver using that. So we're going to start our food saver up. You should be familiar with your own food saver. So if you haven't read your instructions thoroughly, I would suggest you do that, because this series is from the Food Saver 5000 series, but your food saver may operate a lot different. So you want to get familiar with how it operates now and how to suction moist versus dry items. So with the dry beans that we're going to do today, these are just a pack of pinto beans from the dollar store. So if you are prepping on a budget, I'm your girl. I will help you go step by step. So all you got to do is go buy some of these and get you some quart size food saver bags. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to leave this bag in. You're going to make use of the bag as a buffer between the beans and the food saver bag. So you're going to leave your beans in this bag. All you got to do is take your shears or a dedicated pair of scissors for food and just slit on each side, just so that the air can properly suction. You're going to do that. And then you're going to put an oxygen absorber. So we're going to take our oxygen absorber and we're going to just slide it in here. Just like so. Nothing hard. Slide our oxygen absorber in on the top. And then we're going to just fold this down real slightly, but leaving enough that the little sides can still pull the oxygen out. Okay? Once you fold that down, you're going to take your bag and slide in your beans. So again, you're making use of that bag that's already on there. And then you have your oxygen absorber in, and if you haven't looked at the previous video, this is a 100 cc, which is fine for this size bag, okay? So we're gonna put our 100 cc oxygen absorber in. Then we're gonna lift. For mine, all I do is I lift it up, just like that, and then I just hit. So number one, put it in. Number two, press this button. Make sure it's on dry. And then I press the button. Okay? And that's taking all the air out. And then it's gonna, this red seal indicator will come on. You can probably see that. And as long as that seal indicator is on, you don't want to pull it out. And that's all it is to it. It does all of the work for you. Okay, so this has been sealed. All the oxygen is out. There's no need to write pinto beans on here because we can clearly see that these are pinto beans. But you will want to date across the top what today's date is. Okay, without the oxygen absorber, the beans will last. But the oxygen absorber gives you anywhere from 20 to 25 years of shelf life on these beans. So that's why you want to go ahead and get you some beans while the price is low. We all are aware of what's happening with our prices. So you can use pre-cut bags. That was a quart size. Another way of doing that is to cut your own bag if you want to save space. Because to me, that's a lot of, I could have gotten, I feel like a little bit more of something in there. So what you may want to do is get the roll. And I've already pre-cut this bag. And I'm going to show you. You do it again the same way. Just on each side. Make a little hole. Throw in my oxygen absorber. Really easy. Get the oxygen absorber in there. And we're going to fold that down. But on the pre-cut bag, I'll use less space. So there'll be less of a waste. Okay? So let's put that in. Right up under our seal. Slide it in there. This is step 2. And you will be able to see it through the screen if you have this particular model. Then I'm just going to press. Okay. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, my seal indicator comes on. And 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, so this bag, I mean, it's a little bit less of waste when you cut your own bag. So this that we did today, this could be quinoa, it could be rolled oats, it could be rice, it could be anything of a dry good nature, any type of dry goods. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to do flour, because as we know, the prices of flour and sugar, all of those prices are rising. So let's do one with flour now. Food saving flour is a must, especially right now. So you want to get you a bag of, I like to get bread flour, so if I have to make my own bread in the future, I'm good to go. Okay, so you're going to need a paper bag and your flour. I've already measured out 2 cups in here. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you, you're just going to put your flour on here and just kind of take off the top so you have a true measurement of 3 cups. Okay, that's 3. And then we're going to make this 4 cups. Why not? Right? Why not make it 4? Okay. Just level it off. All right. Make it, measure it off. Get it all good to go. Okay, so that's about 4 cups. Precisely. All right, so then after you get that done, you're going to do the slit method once more. And this is just so that your flour, the bag actually protects the flour from going into the food saver and flour from being everywhere. So step 2, put it down in here, just like so. I've already put the date on my bag and how many cups. I'll have to update that. And we're just going to slide it into the bag. All right. You get it in here. All right. All right, we got it in. So once you get your bag in, You're going to just drop that oxygen absorber in there for extra protection of your food. You're going to lift 1, and then this is step 2, and then you're going to hit it 3. And there's my seal indicator. This is going fantastic. And that's it. 1, 2, 3. And it's all done. So this flour is good for extra 5 to 10 years. This flour will eventually, it doesn't last for 20 years like this, but it gives you a great shelf life when you put that oxygen absorber in. Okay, so there you have it. You have flour, and we did the beans. Now I'm going to show you wheat berries, because flour is one thing, and it will last for some time, giving you great shelf life. But what would give you more shelf life or flour for future long-term storage would be wheat berries, and that would be this. Okay, without putting it in, if you leave this in just a burlap type bag, I think the good, its best by date is October 2024. Well, I want wheat 20 years from now. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to pay when I think we're going to have to pay. So get you some wheat berries. Red wheat berries are best for bread, and you also can use white wheat berries. Okay, so let's do the wheat berries, but this time we're going to be using our jars. So grab your jars. So with the wheat berries, you're going to take your jar that has been sanitized in the oven. Put your jars in the oven for 20 minutes on 250, and make sure they're fully sanitized. If you don't want to put them in the oven, you can go with the dishwasher and use a sanitizing cycle, and that will get your jars ready for your wheat berries. Make sure that your jars are moisture free. You do not want to have any moisture. This process, it kills the process if you have any moisture. So make sure the jars come back down to room temperature, and you're using a jar that's fully sanitized. So let's jump in and put our wheat berries in here use your funnel. Yeah, I'm going to have some bread for a long time. Okay, so we got our wheat berries, and this time you're going to use your suction. So however your direction tells you to hook up your suction, if you have your kit, use your kit. If you have it already connected to your food saver, this is great. It saves you time. Okay, all you're going to do is take your lid and I can get my lid on here. First, we're going to wipe off this just to make sure we have nothing that will keep it from sealing. So this is probably the most important part I can tell you. So then we're going to throw in our oxygen absorbers, okay? Just put a couple of those in since this is a half gallon. And we're going to put our lid on here, just like so. And we're going to come straight down. Okay, depending on your suction and what your machine says, depends on what you have to press, but for mine it's accessory for suction. Okay, so I'm going to press suction, accessory. Okay, and that's just taking all of the air out and making it last for a long time. All right. All right. So that's, you heard that little hiss. That means that it did its job, and all you do is wiggle it off at this point. When you first put it on, you're going to go straight down. When you're taking it off, you go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And there you have it. Nice wheat berries with the oxygen absorber in, and the way you know it works, you pick it up. If it holds its own weight, then you have a jar that's good to go. 20, 25 years, and I will have bread. Okay. All right. So we've shown you today how to do just flour for an extended time, and also flour, the actual wheat berries for 20 to 25 year shelf life. You can do the same thing with suctioning sugar. On this one, I have a quart jar for sugar. And I'm not going to do the whole process, but you can do the same with noodles. Okay, I don't want to make the video so long, but you can do the same thing with any type of beans, any type of grains, rolled oats. You can have stuff for a long time. So I hope all of this has been helpful. I do want to, before we end, show you a couple of tips on how to use your food saver for non-food items. Okay, so a couple of more things. Just so you know, your bags that you're purchasing, the rolls, you can use that for many items, and I'm going to quickly name them. You can use it for meat. You can use it for all of the items that we covered today. You can also use it for any type of travel kits that you may be traveling, anything you don't want to get moisture in or to get completely wet. You can also use it to food save important documents, so keep that in mind. Also, you can use it to food save batteries. So if you've got a bug out bag and you're thinking about items that, man, I really wouldn't want my batteries to get wet, or I really wouldn't want my matches to get wet. So think about other things outside the box, things that you can food save, and always make the most of your food saver, because that's your money, okay? All right, I hope this has been a blessing. We're going to now go to the ears to hear. So glad that you could join me for another segment of Ears to Hear today. I would like to dedicate this segment to all of you who are feeling an overwhelming sense of anxiety or emotions of any sort that's taking your focus off of God right now. So I want to say to you that God has a solution for how to deal with emotions that can sometimes become overwhelming. Today we're going to be looking at Psalm 61, and let's see what David told us concerning overwhelmed emotions. He says in Psalm 61, "Hear my cry, O God, attend to my prayer. From the end of the earth I will cry to you." So the first thing he did was he realized he had to cry to God. "When my heart is overwhelmed," this is in verse 2, "lead me to the rock that is higher than I." I'm going to read that again. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me, God, to a rock that is higher than I. Lead me to the rock. So we know that God, Yah, is our rock. Okay? Verse 3. "For you have been a shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in your tabernacle forever. I will trust in the shelter of your wings." So that was verse 1 through 4. I want you to go back and read those scriptures and know that David has given us a key that we can use. When we feel overwhelmed, we give that to God. And in many of the scriptures, David considered God not just his rock, but his high tower, his defense. He was just everything to David. And so allow God now to, let this word soak in you, and know that he wants to be that rock for you during this time. He also told you in his word that he did not give you the spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. So we have a guarantee, we have promises from God on how to deal with fear, how to deal with anxiety. He says if it becomes so much, he says, look, cast every care on me. Cast your care on me, for I care for you. So he's given us not just one scripture, there are many scriptures that speaks to us concerning how do we handle all of this that's coming at us, everything that we see, everything we feel, and especially what we're hearing. And so the solution is his word. Okay, so take this. I hope this has encouraged you and been a blessing to you. If it has, don't forget to hit the like. So give us a like if this has been a blessing. And also share the video. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber so you don't miss upcoming videos concerning our Prepathon. Okay, I am so excited for you being here today with us. I had a lot of fun. I always do. So I look forward to the next one, and I will see you then. In the meantime, I'll be praying for you. Also, you pray for me. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.